Good morning. The second law of thermodynamics. Irreducible complexity. The fact that there is something rather than nothing. Many of these arguments, and there are many more, can be used to prove that God exists. However, there's the argument that we have to address, and it's called faith. And I will talk about that in just a second. Now, I can give you a lot of reasons to believe in God. A lot of reasonable reasons to believe in God. But do you know what? Some scientists can give you a lot of reasonable reasons, or ones that they think are reasonable at least, from their point of view, to believe in evolution. Now, I've examined those beliefs in evolution, and I don't think they're very reasonable, because there's an awful lot of holes in them that make no sense. But when it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen, we have to make a decision. We have to exercise something called faith. Faith that something exists that we can't see, that we just have to take on faith. Now, I have supernatural encounters that I've heard and been told, and even happened in my own family, that makes me really solidify the fact that I believe that there is a God that loves us and a Lord of the universe, and that Jesus is real. But I also know other people haven't had those things, and I know that some people don't want those things. Some people mistake other things for confusion. Can kind of really take over this topic. It really is confusing. But I guess the point I want to make today is whether you believe in evolution, or whether you're a Christian, or whatever you might believe, there's a point where you have to go on faith. If you're going to be an atheist, and they claim that atheism is not a religion, it is the lack of religion. Well, whether or not it's a religion or not, I don't want to get into that debate, but what I will say is this: it's at least a belief system. It's a belief in nothing. So it has to be a belief system of some sort in order to have it organized. But there's a point, if you're going to not believe in God, that you have to take a little bit on faith. They'll tell you they don't know exactly what happened. They're not sure. They'll say, we think this happened, or we theorize about this, and the evolutionary theory sometimes is presented as proven fact, and it's not really. It's just another theory. There are different forms of evolution. Do you mean macro, where something that is one thing turns into another thing? Or do you mean micro, which is like a subtle change over time, which is more like natural selection, which we know is true? So my point is if you're not going to believe in God, there's a point where you have to say, I'm going to just put my faith in the fact that I don't think there's a God. It takes faith. There's also a point in Christianity where I have not seen God standing before me, nor has he tapped me on the shoulder and said, God is here among you. Tom, I am God, hear my voice. No, I haven't heard an audible voice. But the thing about it is I see the evidence, and the thing that makes the most sense to me is that there's design in all things. And there's something in us that knows good from evil. There's no painting without a painter. There's no building without a builder. No one looks at something like that and says, random chance created that, huh? That's really amazing. No one does that. And the things in this world are just so complex that I'm convinced that there is a creator. But how do we know that Jesus is the true God of the universe and not someone else or something else? Well, we have the Word of God. We have the testimony of witnesses. We have the fact that the disciples, rather than recant something, went to be martyred, 11 of the 12. And all they would have had to have done is say, no, it was all fake, and they didn't do that. We have the extreme change in their attitudes after they realized Christ had indeed risen from the dead. And so I'm banking my belief on the fact that I believe that Jesus was the Son of God and that he rose from the dead and that he has authority over death, hell, and the grave. And that's where my faith rests. And I'm comfortable with that. Can I absolutely prove that that's true to you without a shadow of any doubt? No. Can I prove to you that evolution is true without a shadow of any doubt? No. Can I prove to you that we're not just a program on somebody's laptop and this is all a simulation without a shadow of a doubt? No. Do you see what I mean? At some point, we all have to exercise faith. And I'm betting on Jesus Christ. I hope you do too. There are many reasons to believe that that is the truth. I hope you explore them. Have a great day. Be kind to each other. See you next time.